Hi folks, and welcome to another Random Platypus video. This time it's going to be a bit different because what I've got to explain to you guys is a bigger kind of project. So it starts off with maybe a couple of weeks ago, Mantic Games putting out a shout out for any clubs or groups of players that are playing or want to play their Vanguard, their Kings of War Vanguard game, which is like a skirmish version of Kings of War, and that they would support those players to do it in return for some feedback and some battle reports and some building and stuff of things. So my club applied for this, and then we got informed that we were successful in our application, and then this week we received our goodies. So this is literally just going to show you the goodies that we got and a quick unboxing. I'm not going to do a specific in-depth review of any of the figures or anything at this point, just to kick it all off, just to show you what will be part of this series of vlogs, really. So I'm just going to grab them and throw them down in front of you one at a time. Starting off with, you hear me rattle the boxes around. So starting off, they sent us all. I say all. There's 6 of us. Well, there's actually more than 6 of us. Some of the guys already had the book and the dice and a warband to go with. So there's between the 6. Well, I think there's about 9 people involved now. Between us, we split the things so people got what they didn't have. So I literally had nothing. So I got the rule book, which is really nice. As you can see, I would go through these things in more detail, but actually this is also free on their website. So that was one of the things I was going to do, is I was going to download it onto my tablet and use it that way. But obviously I do prefer the paper, the real paper, to electronic books. But what I find is sometimes it's a bit easier like a PDF version to just flip through quickly to find rules and stuff. And if you have the right kind of programs, you can, I believe you can like mark the pages and flip to them quickly. However, like I say, I prefer having something real on my shelf. But fantastic place to start. Also, the dice, because obviously you can't really play it without the dice. So there's not really a lot to say about them, apart from the different colours represent a different level of troop, essentially. With the red ones being common, I think the white ones being sort of less common. I don't know what you want to say, uncommon, and then the blue one being like a rare. So the blue one is a really good. The white one is quite good, and the red one is just a common one, really. And that's reflects abilities and things. Let's go set those as well. Now I also plumped. We had a choice of different factions, and to be honest with you, I was close to buying this as a faction anyway, because it has, for me, it's got a lot of cross compatibility. You might even see these reach the table of my sci-fi game for Salute next year, because I can see some kind of, it's kind of a horror Cthulhu style take on maybe Predator / Alien / just like maybe The Thing and some other kind of Cthulhu-y kind of alien kind of encounters in a jungle, basically. But so that's why I've gone for the Night Stalkers. As you see, this is the starter warband, which comes with 15 miniatures. So I have already gotten the tape out of the way, so opening it isn't going to take 10 minutes of your time. This is what's in the starter warband. As it says on the back, that's the contents. So I'm probably going to end up buying another plastic sprue at some point. I need to know the names of them all, but I kind of call them scarecrows because they remind me a bit of kind of like horror style scarecrows. You obviously get the pack of the cards, which has got the unit stats and things on it. There's 2 of these, which I think is the same pack but twice almost, if that makes sense. It's the big kind of yeah, so it looks like it's all of those things on there, which is really cool because I really like the big beasty monstery things, and the things with the ones that I really like, the ones that made me really like this faction, was the big dude in the middle, and these guys which almost look like the old Hellboy Tooth Fairies, which is what I quite like them for. So yeah, the Scarecrow things come as the plastic sprue. Apparently, and I need to look into this, but apparently there's the option to build them to shoot stuff, or just like close combat versions. And then you've got on all the bases in the bottom. Now these I'm not going to use. I'm actually going to use round bases for mine, because then it fits in with more of the other games I've got. Apparently the back arc is the main thing, is what I've been told, so I'll have to mark the back, what is the rear of the unit, or the model, because that comes into it later on, I think, for sneaky attack stuff. And as always on the boxes, there's the Mantic points. It's worth saving those up. Stick that back in there. So in addition to the warband set, and I'll be honest at this point, I literally thought that I would only going to be getting sent, or we'd only get the starter set, the warband sets to start off with, and then we'd have to buy stuff to expand on them a bit, which I wasn't going to complain about. You know, I was going to maybe buy some dice and download the rulebook, and that would be, I'd be happy with that. It'd be totally cool. But Mantic being Mantic, and their generosity is, I think, well known really with these sorts of things, at least. They sent way more than I was expecting anyway. So the other thing they sent was the Night Stalker booster. So again, for me, cross compatibility, they're kind of demon-y kind of horror things. So if you are playing any other armies or D&D or RPGs, these are instantly usable as like nasties to fight against. And in this box, you just get the 3 minis and their cards. Now, this is what it comes looking like. So obviously there's a base floating around there. And like, again, I'm going to be using round bases. So you get your cards for the units. You get a nice flying base for the big floaty thing, and then you get the other minis as well, which are all on here. I have grasped them all. Sorry about the noise of the bubble wrap. So from what somebody's told me is they're kind of phasing out the Restic stuff, I believe, in favour of resin, which I'm going to say at this point I think is probably a good thing. Resin is easier to get rid of mould lines. It tends to have less mould lines, to be honest with you, and just it's a little bit crisper in the detail, so I think it does them more justice. So yeah, these are all of that material, I believe. All resin. So there's the big floaty brain thing and the other pieces. So yeah, that's, you know, at this point I'm going, the generosity here is just ridiculous. I know I'm going to be, you know, the expectation on us is to be producing some feedback in the form of entries on our blogs or on our vlogs or in forums and all sorts of things like that. Now, to me, that's just doing a lot of what I kind of do anyway, so it seems, if I'm doing it, it's nice to have something free almost. But it's also nice to get the club. There's quite a few players that have come together over this, and we've already said, you know, oh, we want to get some games in quite quickly, and we already had like a sort of like mixed rule set fantasy campaign planned, which was going to involve Kings of War Vanguard, and Age of Magic, the Saga rules. So it's really helped to bring some of the players together. So I'm going to say that from the word go. But like I say, the generosity so far is fantastic, right? So you're already looking at the best part of 100 quid. You got the rule book's 25, the dice are 10. I mean, these two are what? I haven't even looked. Well, I have looked them up, but I can't remember. They're like 25, 30 quid at least. So you're easily looking at that. Then they also sent us 3 boxes of terrain crate battlefield objectives. And because we've got 3 sets, we look for volunteers to paint them and do them for the club. So I got one as well, and they come looking like this. Let's have a look. Trying to get out of the box is a bit difficult. You don't really want to watch me do that, because it's either you'll just laugh at me or you go, oh, this is boring. So this is what it says you get. And of course, that is exactly what you get. So they're going to be fun. The men hires are fantastic. I mean, you've also got like a little, I guess either a beacon or a pyre. You could probably use it almost as a funeral pyre if you really wanted to. And a couple of other objectives for the different things, like a fallen warrior on a horse. That's the flames going on there, and some other various bits in there. I'm not sure if this is actually part of the same pack or if this has been added in. I'm not sure, but we got a set of tokens as well. So we got all of that stuff. Essentially, the starter stuff, we got enough to start 6 players off, and like I say, that's been spread out amongst players that don't have factions yet or a rule book yet. So some people have got factions that they're going to use in our little campaign, and already have the rules. Some of them have sort of fantasy figures they're already that they want to use for it, not the rules, and we kind of spread it out fairly amongst the people that already play and don't play but taking part of this. So what you'll see, the plan is to have a bit of a kind of like shared approach to this. So there'll be some write-ups that will be on the Random Platypus blog. There'll be some like vids like this about reviewing the figures, reviewing the paint jobs. Like I'll be doing some painting shoots on them, and maybe showing you how to prepare some of the restic stuff if you're not quite sure about it. And then there'll be some battle reports as well. And like I say, they'll be on Random Platypus blog, the Random Platypus YouTube channel, which is this channel, and then there'll also be a couple of other blogs involved from some of the other players, which I'll cross-link to. And then obviously, if you keep an eye out for everything on our Facebook page or on our Twitter feed, it will all be announced on there when we're doing more stuff. But generally, I think this is over the next 3 months, so it'll be coming quick, thick, and fast, and it'll be all aspects of everything you've seen here included in the games. So keep an eye out, and hopefully you'll get a flavour for the game and for how to approach it maybe as a club, and we'll go from there. So yeah, feedback, give it to me, keep coming with comments, come and join us on the forum where I'll put links up to this, and let me know what you think. Okay guys, I'll catch you later. Bye bye now.